Welcome to the fifth dimension. Today, I am Mind Coach Gita Nath, your host, and we're going to talk to Mr. Pankaj Nagalia, the architect, who is an expert in virtual and augmented reality. Please join me in welcoming him.
Thank you, ma'am.
पंकज जी, द कॉमन परसेप्शन इज कि आर्किटेक्ट्स सिर्फ लाइनें ड्रॉ करते हैं और उनका काम सिर्फ इतना ही है. कुछ आप बताएंगे क्या होता है?
Yes, ma'am, it is a very misunderstood concept in the market that when they see the lines, so they think architecture is all about lines and drawings.
तो असली में क्या है कि सिर्फ लाइन से ड्रॉ नहीं करते, क्योंकि हमने भी जो बचपने में मैप्स देखे थे वो लाइन ही थी.
Yeah.
तो आपका फर्क क्या है? मतलब ये ठीक है कि गलत है सोचना लोगों
Okay,
का?
I will talk about four Ds right now, and the fifth one is the dimension.
Okay.
Right. So one is your D is for drawing, and then we have design, then we have decoration, and then we have drafting.
तो
So drawing is something we start from KG nursery. We make a hill and a house and a stream, things like that.
राइट.
Now, when we come to designing part, designing is about conceptualizing, and it's all in your mind actually. You make a concept, and then you come later on to the drawing. You put those ideas onto the paper, like a child. You put those concepts on the paper. It's drawing work. Later on, we put the technicalities and communication in terms of measurements and all. That's the drafting part. And finally, when the thing is made up, we enhance the aesthetics component, and that you can say we do it by the decoration. So summing up, you have got a design, you have got a D for design, D for drawing, D for drafting, and then D for decoration.
सो
The
पंकज,
fifth one I would like to say is a dimension. We
द फिफ्थ डायमेंशन दैट यू टॉकिंग ऑफ.
Yeah, the dimension part, D for dimension. So in that, what happens is, like previously we used to make 2D drawings on a plain paper.
Absolutely.
But with the advent of these computers and the softwares we are using in AR and VR, we are taking it to the different dimension. I mean, we see the third and the fourth and the fifth dimension. You have got a sun, we have got a earth, we have got a moon. On a paper, it will maybe all in a two dimension.
Right.
But the sun is moving and the earth is also moving around it.
Right.
And it's not in a circular pattern, but it's in a spiral pattern. So that is where the dimension comes into it. And the moon is also spiraling around it. The whole solar system is moving in spiraling and moving around the Milky Way.
Right.
So we have a lot of dimensions to it. It's not what we see in the preliminary classes, like on a plain paper, we see this is circling around this and that. So with the advent of the systems and the computers and the softwares and the applicability of those softwares, we have reached different dimensions.
सो इट इज़ इन अ वे यू सेइंग लाइक पहले लोग कहते थे कि सूरज उगना चाहिए तो आई शुड बी एबल टू सी कि ईस्ट फेसिंग क्या है. सो विल दिस हेल्प यू टू अंडरस्टैंड कि ये कहाँ से सनराइज है, सनसेट है, द वेरियस डायमेंशंस दैट आई कैन see about a house?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, with the advent of these softwares, which we are using for building information modeling and all, we can set the day and the time and the zone, and we can see at a particular time what will be the angle the sun will be making with your property, with your windows. So all those simulations can be done and designed with the climate and respecting the climate and the geography of that place.
ओके, सो इसका मतलब ये है कि पंकज जी सिर्फ लाइनें नहीं ड्रॉ करते हैं, उससे बहुत ज़्यादा कुछ करते हैं. इट्स अ प्रॉपर साइंस दैट पीपल लाइक मी वुड नॉट अंडरस्टैंड दो आई एम अ माइंड कोच. ओके, लेट मी टेक यू टू द वेरियस चैलेंजेस दैट यू हेल्प clients to address. Every client has a different challenge, maybe money, maybe whatever. So how do you address these challenges?
Actually, requirement of every client is very different.
Okay.
People come with technical backgrounds. People are traders, our clients, and some are businessmen. They don't know much about this. Somehow they know something they don't know. So we have to not only educate them
Right.
about the building which is going to come up, but also we have to understand what is the requirement, their needs, incorporate all this, and then put it with the technology, and then do the final thing. Of course, there are constraints of the budgets, the time, and the limitation in terms of the property they are having, because if the property is small, they may have a big requirements, or big property they may have small requirement. We have to balance all aspects.
So you need to understand the mind of the one
Yeah.
how the person is visualizing something, because I may say this is the space, but I would want this sort of a thing. So maybe I want a very quiet corner, maybe with some trees or some indoor landscaping type of a thing. Maybe I am the party animal where I want a place where I can probably call my friends over. So all that vision of a client is what you need to understand.
Yes, ma'am. Whenever we talk, we like you just know discussing your private corner or partying area.
Right.
You are talking in pictures.
Hmm.
So as an architect, we have to understand those pictures
Absolutely.
and conceptualize it,
Right.
put it on paper, put it on virtual reality, augmented reality, and then present him. Is this what the requirement is? So it's not. It's also always a psychological aspect attached to
राइट
it.
एग्जैक्टली सो व्हाट हैपेंस इज लाइक अगर मैंने एक आर्किटेक्ट को एंगेज किया एंड जिसने कुछ बना के दिखाया बट समहाउ इट इज़ नॉट मैचिंग माय विजन सो इज देयर अ वे विथ योर द वर्चुअल रियलिटी एंड द ऑगमेंटेड रियलिटी कि आप इसमें कुछ चेंजेस ला सको.
Definitely, ma'am. We see we were doing previously. We were doing all the planning on the two dimension, the nature around us, everything. You, me, furniture, everything is the third dimension. The client was not able to relate to those
Yeah,
plain
exactly.
drawings
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
because even his perception or her perception was very different from the visualization
Very
from the
true.
real thing. It was
Absolutely.
very different because we may be talking X and that person may be understanding Y. So that has narrowed down the gap because once everything is ready, the whole model is ready, one can take a tour within and outside the
And then
building.
finally the
Yeah,
outcome comes. Okay, that's a very good idea because you are saving a lot of time in the process.
yeah, definitely.
Time plus also money and everything, the resources,
Yeah, the
because
gap between the imagination of the client
is reduced.
is highly reduced.
Yeah, because then I can tell you, like, this is not what I had in mind. So you'll be able to make those changes, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, wonderful. So, what are the value adds, the so called USP of your services as a the fifth dimension thing, where you're adding the augmented reality and the virtual reality? Can you explain these terms to people like me who may
Yeah.
not understand them so
I would
well?
like to explain this AR and VR. Virtual reality is when we make everything in the third dimension, and it's virtual. It's not real because we have a model in our on our computer systems, and you can take a tour within and outside the building.
Okay,
Augmented reality is connecting with the geographical aspects of it.
okay,
It's ahead of the virtual reality. I mean, you can see the terrain and relate it to the real site.
okay.
So it's a step ahead of it.
All right, okay.
And as far as the USP is concerned, since we are able to design the whole building in the real dimensions, that's ahead of the third, the fourth, the fifth dimension. We can say a lot of dimensions, but we have cardinal points. We have divided into five dimensions.
Right.
So one can relate and understand the concepts and what's coming up in a realistic manner.
There's a term, thank you so much for this. It's a bit enlightening for me as well because I did not understand. I've been hearing these terms so often, but I really didn't know what it was. So there's something else which is coming up called immersive architecture. What is that all about?
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, when we talk about VR and AR, so they are a part of the immersive architecture.
Okay.
That's a modern trend, and times to come.
Okay.
I mean, even I am writing an ebook on this.
Oh, lovely.
You touched the topic so well.
Okay,
So
very good.
I'm writing an ebook, and that will be
When is it going to be launched, sir?
I think I'm still working on,
Very good.
but I put some deadlines already extended the
I would
deadlines.
want my autographed copy, please.
Sure, ma'am. And I would like you to put a preface to it.
I'll do that.
Sure.
I'll be happy to do that. Sure. My pleasure. So, what is it? So, it's augmented reality and virtual reality. If you immerse it in whatever the 5Ds that you're talking about is immersive architecture.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, wonderful. It was lovely talking to you. Thank you very much, sir. And let's keep on meeting more and more people. And hope you've had a lovely time, learned a lot about what architecture is all about, especially with the augmented and the virtual reality. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.